Hi, welcome back. Now that you are nearly done with your CV, we're going to talk about references. So generally speaking, references do not belong on a CV. So many of you are probably saying, what? I see references on CVs all the time. What are you talking about? Yes, you will see references on CVs on occasion, but here's my case for why references do not belong on a CV. First, you should always ask a potential reference if they would be willing to be your reference first. Hopefully that is obvious. But you will also want to give yourself the chance to have a discussion with your references about what you've been interviewing for. For example, if you just interviewed for a job in pediatrics, you could ask your reference to focus on your experience with children and other relevant information to the position. Without that conversation, your reference might focus on the wrong details that are not helpful. If your references are available from the beginning, the hiring manager might decide to contact them before they even interview you. Wouldn't you rather be the person to have the first chance to sell yourself? And third, contacting references usually happens later in the hiring process. Most employers will want to contact references only after they have interviewed you and are seriously considering you as a candidate. So there's no need to offer your references until after the interview or sometimes at the end of an interview. Okay, so I can anticipate where some of you are going to go with this. Some people are uncomfortable just leaving references off the CV altogether and like to think there's a compromise by adding references available upon request. This is also unnecessary and a silly waste of space. Think about it. Your references better be available upon request or you wouldn't be getting the job. Everyone knows that they can and should ask you for references and that if you can't offer them up, there is a serious problem. So just trust me. Leave that off of your CV too. So how will you actually approach your references then? Put your references on a separate document. For a cohesive, consistent look, you will want to match the same formatting style, header, font, etc., so that it matches your CV. See the sample and note how the style looks consistent from one form to the next. So let's talk about what you will actually include on your references document. Include 3 references. Family members are not appropriate, by the way, and friends aren't ideal either. Be professional by including a title, like Mr., Ms., Doctor, etc., as a sign of respect. By the way, Miss, as in M-I-S-S, or Mrs., M-R-S, is a little outdated, and M.S. is the safest choice for women if they don't have another credential. If they do have a credential like an MD or PA-C, add a comma after the name and then put their credential there. So you might say Dr. David Jackson, MD. At minimum, you'll want to include the title and give it context to how you know that person. What is their position, basically? Include what organization they are affiliated with and their contact information, including email and phone number. Be sure you are consistent with formatting. One person should match the others included. Don't use bullet points as they are unnecessary and it just kind of looks weird. That was pretty simple, right? So your next assignment is to create a separate references document that matches your CV. Be sure to include at least 3 references.